think you can sometimes fall trap to thinking that you need to do things differently because the globe is so complex. In other words, do you need different strategies? Do you need different ways of communicating? Do you need to account for this notion of difference? I would argue it's the opposite. Firms that are global need to do what they would do if they were located in just one setting. Very, very clear around purpose and mission. Very, very clear around how you're going to measure success. Very, very clear on how to communicate and motivate and to get listening systems. And then the importance of culture. The importance of creating a culture where people are open to giving feedback and to embracing this mission. That would work if you were just, again, one location, just as much as it would work across the globe. And I would argue that one of the ways to cut through all the complexity is through clarity. So in other words, we can't own the volatility of currency rates. We can't own the volatility of civil or political unrest. We can't, own how to make things more calm. What you can own is how crisp you are and what your sense of purpose is and how you're tracking those results. That works at a global scale if you're very precise. A lot of it takes patience. So a lot of work goes into laying out strategic objectives. A lot of work goes into laying out clarity on what are we trying to achieve. But do you have enough patience to see some of those decisions through, or at the first sign of something going wrong, do you quickly revamp them? So a lot of companies spend time revamping their objectives and changing. Well, multiple layers down in the org, much less in a different country, all of that change shows up in clutter. So one of the things we've learned recently is that if we're common and consistent and predictable and talk about the same things over and over and over again, they start to set in and they start to make a difference. So it's about patience and predictability. The other thing is people want to look for that next big thing. And when they think about investments, they're assuming that the next big investment or the next big tool or the next big acquisition will be the difference maker. A lot of time it's more about, are you driving the same processes and systems and guidelines? Are you doing the basics very, very well at a global scale? And if you build those basics really, really well, then when you layer on top of that investments, good things can happen. If you don't have that solid foundation, then again, it's very, very disjointed and it comes across as regionally different when the reality is you're just not doing the basics well.